Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Discovered mom's affair with a business partner. Need support. Basically what the title says. My parents have been together for 30 years and have 3 children. They had the best marriage I've ever seen. I live with my but am freshly out of college. My younger brother found text messages between my mom and her partner. He sent them to me and I confronted her. She was devastated that we knew, and said it had been a short non-emotional fling for a few months in 2015. Then they were considering starting it back up. I told her she needs to tell my dad because my little brother can't deal with having this on his conscience. To be honest, neither can I. I'm so distraught. My mom and her business partner were both married with children. The business was very family style. I interned with them several times. This whole time it was happening under my own nose. I was seeing them in weekly meetings, and I never knew. My mom was my best friend. I am so worried for my father and my family. If I'm being honest and selfish, I just feel like I was betrayed by the most important person in the world to me. We had their family over for birthday parties, BBQs, etc. I feel like she made me be complicit in her cheating. I should have known. She's trying to put off telling my dad. I gave her the weekend. And her business/affair partner and I talked. He begged me not to tell. I told him he can tell his wife or I will. I'm so heartbroken. I don't know what advice I need, but thanks for reading my rant. Update: I'm not really sure how to make sure everyone that wanted to gets an update on this, but here's my most recent update here. Thank you all for your kind words, advice, and awards. I never expected to find so much support, and a few crazy trolls, in this sub. It helped me through a really hard time. My thoughts go out for anyone who is living in a similar situation. You have told them both to come clean, and that is the best solution. You also said if they did not you would. Sorry for all the pain you and your brother are going through. Cheating hurts all members of both families. This is very good advice. There was zero advice in the comment. It just told Op what they already said. I think Op should consider this carefully. This is not, hands down, in all cases, very good advice. In some cases, it might be very bad advice. One of the primary rules in confession and making amends to others is to not do it if it would cause more harm. Here, Op has a family, and apparently, everyone knows about this but Dad. There's another family, another spouse, and other kids involved, too. Maybe forcing Mom to confess will be the right thing, but maybe not. It may be better for Mom to bear lifelong remorse and do what she must to rebuild the strength of her family and earn the trust and respect of her kids. For me, I think Op has to weigh the good against the harm that will come from outing the truth versus letting the relationship rehabilitate itself. Extra credit ethics points to the kids for spying on Mom by snooping in her phone and then demanding she live up to their ethical standards. The betrayed spouses on both sides deserve agency in their lives, and are robbed of that if they don't know the truth. I don't disagree that it will cause difficulty and pain for both families, but that choice was made when the two started their affair. What if one of the spouses or unknowing children were dealing with a mental health issue and suicide or relapsing into a, possibly deadly, addiction were a recognizable possibility? Must rigorous honesty and agency through outing be ruled each and every time? Or should folks in Op's shoes give some thought to which course they follow? Everything in life is a choice. I believe people deserve agency in their lives and deserve the truth. Like hell, closing eyes on the problem will help the family. They had this affair in the past and sure they both bear lifelong remorse until they decide to restart it. So what the duck are you talking about? What remorse? Cheaters are selfish people, they don't care about shit, as long as it doesn't bite them. And even if your mom tells your dad, you should tell him that goes from your ultimatum, and you all know about the affair. He deserves to know where the things stand. I respectfully disagree. We rarely know the emotional and psychological makeup of everyone who, certainly not in the other family and often not even in our own family, may be impacted by such revelations, nor the degree of devastation they may face. I'm a divorce lawyer, about 30 years worth, and I've had cases where the revelation of an adulterous affair led a child to emotional devastation and even suicide. Cases where the one who revealed the affair regretted having done so in the way it was done. I'm not saying never reveal and confront, but consideration must be made carefully so as not to produce more harm. So you would rather the kids carry the secret as well? I do not understand the logic. What about their psychological well-being? Keeping the affair hidden only prolongs the inevitable. Yes, it will have a negative effect for both families. But, there's no way to prevent that now. What's done is done. It's best just to bring it to a conclusion. If publishing might lead a victim's spouse to suicide, for instance, perhaps secrecy may be a better course. I don't know. I am a divorce lawyer and have experience with such cases. I believe that a hard and fast rule with universal application may not always be best. People differ in their constitutions. Families differ in their function and dysfunction. Just saying. I think what you're saying makes a lot of sense and didn't really think of it that way before. Thanks for your input. The fact that they were considering starting it back up, but have the audacity to beg you not to rat them out. They deserve to be outed for being liars and cheats. How sad. Sounds like it was more than emotional. Oh, 100% they got physical. I despise cheaters. I'd have just told on them. They showed no compassion or loyalty themselves. Why should I? She said it was a non-emotional fling for a few months. Which means it was physical. It is always at least 9 times worse that cheaters claim, it seems, from reading a lot of ops here and having confronted cheaters in my life. Such cowardly behavior. I feel awful for op. I'm sorry you're going through this. My 2 oldest daughters discovered their mother's affair before I did. You're a very strong person and I know from experience your father will need you. Yeah, op, very sorry for what you're going through. There's a huge chance the affair has been going on since 2016. If you don't tell your father, he'll feel betrayed by you. Your mom is trying to manipulate all of you into hiding her secret. So she's a shitty mom and wife. She's being incredibly selfish. The faster you tell dad, the better. The truth is things will never be the same after this. Your relationship with your mom will change forever. Your mom's business will collapse either cause she will need no contact with him to reconcile or cause there will be backlash from others if she continues contact. Good luck. If you don't tell your father, he'll feel betrayed by you. Your mom is trying to manipulate all of you into hiding her secret. Op, this is a serious concern. And due to all the previous family-oriented events that your mom and the AP participated in, all of you were unwittingly dragged into it. Although that does not make you complicit because you had no prior knowledge of their affair. But now, by begging you to keep it quiet, your mother is implicitly asking you to be an accomplice in her affair. Involving the families in events while keeping them in the dark is very disrespectful towards their partners. You keeping quiet about your mother's affair may also not be viewed favorably by your current and or possibly future partners. Think of it this way, say if your partner was aware of an affair and then kept it quiet in a similar situation, then you may start wondering what they would do when you guys start having relationship issues. You may even wonder so, when the relationship has been going great, like it has been between your father and mother. At this point your mom may say that she does not want to hurt your father, but I think the time to think about not hurting him was prior to the start of their affair. Right now, she's in salvage/cover her own at SS mode. So, I think she is now saying and will continue keep saying whatever she needs to say in order to protect her own family-oriented image. Agreed that things will never be the same again, but please realize that it's not because of anything that you did and because of everything that your mother did. For that matter, I don't think that their affair stopped in 2015 after only a couple of months. If they've been working well together and getting along well together all this time, then it is quite likely that the affair went on for much longer than what she claimed, and it was most likely an emotional as well as physical affair. My other concern here is that, based on your mother's behavior so far after you confronted her, is that she'll likely significantly minimize the full extent of her affair. She may think that she's doing this to avoid hurting your father, but most likely it's because she does not want to look bad and does not want to hurt the business, because your father may not want her to contact the affair partner anymore. Or she may want to keep the business going as usual, but then your father may not be okay with that. If, hypothetically, I found out my wife of many years had cheated on me, I would be crushed. If I found out my own children had aided and abetted her for any relevant amount of time, not just a few days to make a decision, I don't think I could live on. Update: discovered my mom's affair with business partner. Update: hi everyone. I've had a lot of messages and comments asking about the outcome of the situation. You can find the original post here. Anyway, my mom told my dad and her business partner told his wife. I gave her 3 days after I found out. Some of you wanted me to paint the city red, and destroy my mom's life as well as my own. I don't hate my mom and she doesn't deserve to be publicly crucified. I felt that the information should come from her, not from me. Obviously my dad was, insert all appropriate feelings here. He was even more disappointed that my brother and I had gotten dragged into this. He assured us that he loves us and this will not change our relationship, which I was a bit worried about because we've been historically closer to mom. My mom knows what she did was horrible. She is begging for forgiveness and doing everything right. I am taking some time away from talking to her. I believe my brother and father are also taking some time alone to think. Everyone is seeking individual therapy, and couples or family counseling is in the near future. I don't know if my parents will stay together, but I do know they are both hesitant to throw out a 30-year relationship. I believe my mom told the truth, as I still have, and made clear I was willing to show all evidence. This has been so hard for my family, and will continue to be as we all work through a pretty traumatic situation. Thank you for all your kind words and support. I would honestly not put too much into Reddit, because I did get some ridiculous suggestions. But in a moment of loneliness and desperation I really appreciated the messages. Edit: also I'd what's going on with the business. I believe her partner is supposed to resign. If not, I'm assuming he will take a much smaller role in running the company. That's still an extremely tense point for me, but I have no say in it right now. Your mother was hoping to start the affair and no, she doesn't know she did something horrible. A cheater will never know the destruction they unleash on the cheated person and the other people involved. Fact is, she would have cheated again if you and your brother didn't catch her and force her to come out with it. She regrets being caught only. Sorry, but your mother is a boss. Hope your father and little brother are well. This kind of stuff does screw up with the head of people and there is no coming back to normal. Exactly, she wanted to restart the affair again. This was her round 2, she didn't care about being horrible the first time around. Only regret she has is being caught. Unforgivable. I agree with the others that said that the only thing that your mother is sorry about is that she got caught. The AP business partner has to be bought out of the business or nothing is ever going to be resolved. This is the most destructive and awkward mix of crap that could ever happen to anyone. I hope that your father can heal from this convoluted mess of betrayal. Good luck to you, your brother and your dad. Yeah, exactly. What's going to happen to the business now? There's no way they should be ever allowed to work together. Yeah, everyone is sorry about the affair. Why? Because they got caught red-handed? Hope your dad and brother is doing great. Once trust is broken, there is no way you can recover it. They both were considering starting the affair again. Sorry to say, she's only sorry she got caught. She didn't think about her kids, her husband or her marriage of 30 years when she wanted to start the affair up again. The same can be said for her AP, he's a pathetic coward who begged you not to say anything. He didn't want to face his consequences for his shitty actions. They're only sorry they were caught. If she really regretted it, she wouldn't have been wanting to start it back up again. The AP should resign. They both need to have no contact with each other, no matter how small. That's great of you. Your mother was planning to continue and not tell your father. What your mother is showing might be grief because you found out. If it's real regret and remorse, it will be noticed in some time, but it will be a roller coaster. What she did hurts all of you to the extreme. Her begging and self-pity is not enough. There are many resources for WS free out here, so if you talk to her you can direct her son subs here on Reddit or the Surviving Infidelity Wayward section on the net. For all of you is great, but maybe check in on your father once in a while and tell him he will need a support system. Is the app friends and in the same circle, they will as well find out. So maybe try to control the narrative a bit. Remember, your mother is 100% to blame for this, not your father and not you. Edit. And stay in contact with your brother. He seemed very traumatized by his mother's action and will need all the support he can. Good luck and don't forget yourself in this. Well, you don't need to hate your mom. But do the right thing. Just show and build some support for your dad, because he really needs that at this moment, especially from his own children. And about mom. She did a horrible thing, surely she's the one to be blamed. She has to accept whatever the consequences. Really sorry for your dad. You think your parents are hesitant to throw out a 30 years relationship, and I agree, otherwise your dad would have started divorce mode and your mom would have told him before getting caught and forced to tell him. I don't know about your dad, your story tells more about your mom. She seems like a selfish person for doing this after 30 years. Mistakes happen, but when it happens multiple times, and they were planning on not telling anyone. I wouldn't like to be in your father's shoes, having a 30 years relationship with a woman that doesn't love, care and respect him, spending so much time with someone to result in this. All these years meant nothing to her. Their relationship might not end, but it won't be the same anymore. Good luck for your family. Your mother is sorry for being caught. They were planning to resume the affair. She's not thinking of the impact to you and your family when she did it before and when she planned it now. You say, she's doing everything right. Does it include resigning from the business if the AP wants to stay? If not, then her words are worthless. The only lesson your mother learned from this is to hide it better next time. You and your family should start thinking now about how you'll handle it next time she gets caught. Final update, discovered my mom's affair with her business partner. Update: a few people messaged me and commented asking for another update, which I guess I do have. TLDR from my last post, it's been a little more than a month since my unsuspecting little brother found explicit messages between my mom and her business partner. I confronted her, gave her a few days to tell him, and she did. My dad was upset but was even angrier that we had been dragged into it. Now onto the recent updates. I told you all I didn't know what was going on with the business. Apparently my mom and dad agree that the financial success of the business is greater than the AP/business partner stepping down immediately. At the time being, I'm not even sure he will resign. I think they are working together very minimally, but I still can't believe everyone is acting like things are fine. He told his wife, but I have no insight into how she's handling it. I also quit my job working with my mom and the AP, and apparently she thought I was trying to hurt her when I did that. She thinks that because I want them to not work together and because I quit so suddenly that I'm treating her business like a joke, and she said I succeeded in hurting her. Whatever that means. She even asked me if my dad cheated at his work, would my reaction be so severe? I think so. I fear what many of you said was true, that my mom was regretful for getting caught, not cheating on my dad. It's hard to reconcile her saying she's sorry versus not taking a lot of responsibility. At the moment I'm trying to figure out if I want to go minimal/no contact with her, or if that will make the healing process worse for everyone. My dad will be sad if I don't have a relationship with my mom. However, who knows if they will be successful in overcoming infidelity. My mom is in IC and maybe they'll do MC. This has messed up my brother and me. He is having a hard time at college, but he wasn't that studious before long. I'm upset over what happened, but the situation feels worse because of the way it's being handled. I'm honestly struggling with my mental health now too. Please share advice if you have tips for moving forward. I don't know why this has affected me so much, but it really has. Lastly, thank you all for your support, kind words, and commiseration. I've turned to this sub because I have so few people to discuss this with. Extract yourself from a bad situation, and you're to blame. You're trying to hurt her. You're the bad guy, huh? This says everything about what a nasty, manipulative and toxic creature your mother is. Don't fall for it. You did the right thing and you will do yourself some good getting away from her. Your mom is making herself the victim. That is something gross that a lot of cheaters do. Support your dad and bear in mind when dealing with your mom, her needs will come first. Yup, she has absolutely no remorse. Everything is just me for her. She doesn't care about how much she hurt her kids and husband. Really sorry you're going through this, but do what you feel is best. Good luck. She thinks you're treating her business like a joke. Tell her that she treated your family like a joke. Tell her it's pathetic that all she cares about is her business and money, and that makes her a joke. Sorry, your mom is evil. You don't deserve this. Cut her out of your life for years. Her being mad at you and saying you hurt her because you quit your job so you wouldn't have to see her or the AP is her manipulating you. She is not sorry for what she did. If she was, she would not be angry at anybody but herself. Is she sorry she pissed in her vows to your father? Let that sink in. You deserve a better person for a mother. Good luck. When someone shows you their true colors, believe them. Whether family or not, her mask has slipped and Op is seeing the real her. I guess that anyone can make bad choices, but it seems like she is doubling down on making poor choices by gaslighting her own daughter. I'm guessing Op's father is pretty passive and a bit of a doormat, and the wife talked him into keeping the business status quo. My dad will be sad if I don't have a relationship with my mom. No, he will not, and I think you quitting the job and cutting contact with her will help him heal faster. Would you please tell me how you quote something like that, the indented quote? If you are on the phone, when you comment or reply to the comment or the post you are replying to are above the space where you are writing, select the text and a bar will show press quote on it. Like how it works on a PC too. I am on the phone, so that's perfect. Thank you very much. Select the text and a bar will show press quote on it. Awesome, thanks. Select the text and a bar will show press. Did it work? It hasn't for me. Finger on the screen causes the page to scroll. iPhone. First you have to hit the comment button. Then it will display the person's comment at the top and a word box for you to reply in. Go to the top. Hold down on the other person's words and you will be given the option of selecting their text, and quote will be an option. Select the part you want and hit quote. Reddit will automatically copy/paste their quote into your reply. Put greater than before the quote without the parenthesis. There you go. I'll give that a try. Thanks. I think you are dealing with the issue ABS deals with. In a very short space of time you are seeing someone you love as they are instead of who you thought they were. Your mom seems to be very cold and manipulative. You will need time and possibly therapy to deal with your emotions. In the short term, do what you think will help your healing the most, up to and including cutting her out of your life completely. Later, when you are more emotionally stable and mostly healed, you can decide what you want in terms of a long-term relationship with your mom, or not, as the case may be. Good luck. Most people don't get ahead in business by being ethical people. TBH, I have done some things or manipulated people in the business world to win a client. Sounds like her business persona is hitting too close to home. This isn't normal and there is a lot of trauma going on, so yeah, you and your bro will be affected by it, but at least you knew before dad. I guess your mom and dad are going to sweep it under the rug, then deal with it, or wait till you kids are out of college and then divorce. Mom is still looking for justification for her actions rather than accepting responsibility. Though their secret is out and the fun affair is gone, cause it's covered in judgment and guilt. No, MC isn't a good sign. Your mother sounds narcissistic. If she is a narcissist, nothing you say will matter. If she isn't, then sit her down and tell her that her children should never have been put in a position where they discovered she was screwing around on their father. Nor should they expect you turn a blind eye without so much as an apology from her. When someone tells you who they are, ignore them. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. She'll tell you anything to control who she is to you, and thus control what you act like to her. Don't give it an inch, it's the thin end of the wedge, and if you concede on being at fault for her bad choices and destructive behavior once, then you'll never be allowed to forget it, and that'll be used as a jumping off point to try to umbrella other things as being your responsibility. You might want to post at r/raised by narcissists/. Sorry this is the way people who cheat are, but you should always be aware of that when you interact with them, no matter what your dad says. Oh, and be sure to call your mom out on her bullshit. I would keep telling her that she ruined your family. Someone needs to set her straight. Don't take BS from her. Your father likes the money over being cheated on. Tell her that she ducked the whole family by betraying all of you. She realized how much she hurt all of you. Never mind her BS, you hurt her. If she can't show real remorse, why bother with her? Hi you/L1Q1 luck. This is going to be hard, but you have to be really honest about this towards your mom. It looks like she doesn't see the damage she has done, the damage to your dad, brother and you. Your mother needs to wake up. It will be really hard doing this, but in my opinion the only way. You need to tell her how you feel about all this. You need to tell her it is all on her. The damage she did to you all is on her, all the current side effects are on her. There are two lines backing this up. 1, if she didn't cheated, then none of this would have happened, and 2, there is never a reason to cheat, even if your dad wasn't a really good husband for whatever reason she thinks of, it is still not a reason for cheating. So, this is all on her. She has to realize she made the mess, not your brother, not you, and not your dad. Maybe go as far as telling her you hold her fully accountable for this mess. And if she is not willing to see this, or is willing to fix all this, then you will have to draw your own conclusion about her and what kind of person she actually is. Tell her that if it turns out in a divorce, you will choose to live with your dad and never want to see her again. This is what she did, this is what she made you do because of her cheating. Maybe then she will realize what she has done. Take care. Mr. Big Bull. I am sorry for this and the dynamics that you and your little brother are going through. I am guessing that your mother and her business partner are trying to salvage the business. Which on the outside is why things look off and not correct. The long-term play is that it's going to fail, and it would be better to exit early than to wait for the collapse. If you can, I would suggest selling out and moving on. At least to your dad, since he is paying for this on God knows how many levels. Medium to small companies do not handle this well, and with more employees leaving it will sink in time. It's not just you that will be leaving, the other will as well in time. Your mother is lashing out at everyone, and the more you are around, the more you will be the focus of it. I would not cut her off, but I would really limit my time around her in total. In a few years I would reevaluate the process and what she is doing and what she is saying. But while the fire is on us per se now, limit your exposure to toxic waste. I would highly suggest at this point looking into your own mental health, and either going back to school or looking for another job. Something to take your mind off this show. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are.